I was just like, I don't know, actually. Can you tell me? Because I don't know what my ticket was for. So I gave my ticket to him. He was like, oh, you don't want this. This doesn't run until 4:15. You want the Penn line to either Penn Station or BWI. And I was like, well, do I have to buy a new ticket? And he was like, no, this should count because they're the same price. Just go over there, look at the red thing and tell your departure, talk to the guy. And I was just like, he was talking really fast. I was really overwhelmed. I was just like, what? So then I was just like, okay, thanks. And then I went back through the doors to gate A, and then I saw this thing and it said like departures arrivals, and like I looked at the departures thing and it was like 2:15 Penn line, BWI, Penn Station. And I was like, okay, I guess that's what I'm supposed to be taking. And he told me that my ticket would count for that too, so I was like, alright, and it still said gate A, and I was like, okay, I'll just stand by these doors till 2:15, I guess, and hopefully something will happen. And like I was like standing there for a while, and I was like, nothing. It was like 1:50 or something. So then I called Greg, and I was like, Greg, I don't know what to do. I don't want to go back to the information lady because she already thought I was an idiot. And I was like really panicked, and then I just like my eyes started to water because I was alone in a train station. It was really sad. I was really sad. And
this is almost as good as the trip to Boston.
That's what I was thinking of the whole time. And,
oh, that was your first train mishap.
Yeah, and then
She's not good with trains.
So then, like, all these people started to gather by the doors from gate A, and I was like, yes, that is a good sign. There are other people taking the train. So then, like, it was, like, 2:06, and, like, everyone, like, went through the doors, and I just, like, followed them all. And, like, we went, like, through this crazy path. I have no idea how the person in the front even knew, like, where he was going. He must have been, like, a commuter. And then there was just, like, this horde of people following this guy. I have no idea how he knew, because we were, like, navigating through trains and platforms. And we just came to platform 15, and, like, there was no one guarding the...
Did you guys hear this story already?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you should be over here.
You didn't do it. I'm listening.
There was like no one guarding the train doors or anything, so and everyone was getting on, so I just straight got on and sat down, and then I was like, well, I hope this is the Penn line, because otherwise I'm just being retarded right now. But then I was thinking it was.
Maybe I'm going to Harper's Ferry.
and then it said it was like leaving at 2:15. I was like, okay, that's good. And then like.
Why didn't you ask one of your fellow passengers?
Because I was intimidated and
just
shy.
Just say, excuse me, but is this the train to Baltimore?
Okay. Okay. Well, it was. Turns out. But we're like sitting in the seats, and I start to like panic, like basically having a panic attack because I don't know if I'm on the right train, and then.
You don't know enough to ask questions.
But I was actually really confident. My panic attack was because.
Panic attack.
Because I had a ticket to Camden Yards, and this train was going to BWI and Penn Station, and I was really worried that the guy was wrong and that they were just going to straight kick me off the train, and I was going to have to sit around until 4:15 to get a train. And so
they don't check the tickets till the train's already moving.
That's what I'm saying. But what do they do if you don't have a ticket? They're just
kick you off in Greenbelt.
Do they really do that? Like,
I don't know. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I was like, they're just going to throw me off the train. I'm going to have to like walk to Washington D.C. Like, I was really upset. And then the guy came around. He didn't even look at my ticket. He was just like, thanks, punched it and gave it back to me. So it wasn't even satisfying. It wasn't like, you're on the right train. It was like, I wouldn't know if this was a ticket to New York or not.
You really should have held this story until Mom got home.
Well, I called Mom. I don't know.
You called Mom?
Well, not yet. I'm not halfway through the story yet. So I'm riding the train, and then I'm having an internal debate. Well, first I fell asleep for a little bit, and then I started having an internal debate.
You fell asleep on the train?
Yeah.
You really weren't that upset. Or you were so upset you were exhausted.
Yeah. My eyebrow, like, started to there's pain in my forehead from having my eyebrows furrowed that long, and, like, my jaw ached from having my teeth clenched. And, okay, so I get off the train, and I'm like, okay.
Where?
Okay, my internal debate is, do I get off at Penn Station, ride the light rail down? Do I get off at BWI and walk on the bike trail back to home? And I was like, I decided that it was like an hour from Penn Station home, because it always is every time I go. And then you have to count on the time that Mark takes to get there and back. And so I was like, well, I'll just get off here and walk. I don't mind walking. That's fine. So you're gonna be worried for my life in a little bit. I got off the platform and I started walking. I walked out of the train station. I walked around like the sidewalk around the like
the garages.
Yeah, around it. And this like shuttle bus pulls up next to me, and there's this like jolly old fat man in it. And he was like, "Do you need a ride anywhere?" And I was just like, "I'm trying to get to Camden Road." And he was just like, "Well, I'll take you as far as you know, that's fine. And I get on, and he's like, how are you? And I'm like, fine. He's like, where are you from? I'm like, Washington. I mean, I'm coming from Washington. I live here. And he's like, okay. So we're driving. We come to, like...
What shuttle bus was it?
Georgetown, it said on it.
Georgetown?
Charlestown, it said on it.
Charlestown?
It said Charlestown on it. Charlestown, T-O-W, white.
Say the story.
Keep going.
I'm running out of footage.
Okay, so you know that overpass, like 129, 195 and Aviation Boulevard?
Yes.
Well, we get right there where there's like an exit ramp up to it and a light. And he gets like this thing, and they're like, you have to come and pick up these people, blah, 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 and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I have to let you out here. And so I just get out in the shoulder of Aviation Boulevard out of this bus. The only person on, it looks like really sketchy, and I just like, and he just drives away, and I'm just like, well, thanks. I much would have rather taken the bike path if I knew you were just gonna drop me off here. Thank you, sir. And so.
Well, you should have said, wouldn't you at least take me up to where you can drop me off by a bike path?
So then I just crossed and went up to the bike path and walked down, and I crossed the street and took the bike path up. And at that point, I called Mom. No, then at one point I called you, and you were like, I'm in a closing or something. A settlement or something, and then I called Caroline Poff, and she was like, oh, Emily is, I can't talk. And then I was like, okay. And then I called Mom, and Mom was like, I'm in a conference, I can't talk. And I was like, the 3 people I thought I could always count on are not talking to me. They're just leaving me here.
Well, if you had